Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. May I have your attention, please? We are going to start reading test, and today we've got one full test of academic reading. And academic reading is considered to be the toughest one in IELTS. Those who are gender training IELTS, for them, good thing is that in part 3 of gender training reading, we have such type of complicated passages. And if you are academic IELTS candidate, this is the reading for you. For IELTS reading, there is a mechanism. There is a proper method. There are certain tips and tricks. So in this session, you are going to learn all those tips and tricks. How do they work? But let me tell you, the core skill for reading is your reading comprehension. What is reading comprehension? What you read, you understand. It's not that what you read, you don't understand, and then you say true, false, nahi hota. Okay, so you cannot do it. And if by chance you start doing translation method, you start translating stuff, again it's going to be very, very difficult. So for IELTS reading, you will have to develop the skill to understand English into English, number one. Number two, whatever you read, you understand that. And for that, you need extensive practice. And where to do that practice from? Cambridge IELTS books. We've got books 1 to 16, 17. They are available in the market. So you can practice from these books. In the past, I used to say read the newspapers, magazines and all that. Now I say don't read newspapers, don't read magazines. Just practice from IELTS books. They are more than enough. Okay, mainly in IELTS reading, we have two types of questions. Type A, where questions and answers are in sequence, or questions and answers are in order. And type B, where questions and answers are not in sequence, they are not in order. So how to deal with type A and how to deal with type B, we'll learn that all. Okay, so pencils ready? Show me your pencils. Good, very good. That's right. Let's make a start. The Dead Sea Scrolls. Have you heard the name of Dead Sea? Dead Sea is a sea. And scroll. Does anyone know what a scroll is? Any idea? Something they write on. Exactly, something they write on. So Dead Sea Scrolls means they found some pieces of stone or any other material on which the things were written. So these scrolls were found in the Dead Sea. So now we understand the whole passage is about some scrolls. Scroll can be a piece of stone or piece of animal skin on which things are written. And some of these scrolls are related to Bible. Okay, so they're talking about Dead Sea Scrolls. Got it? So first of all, you will read the topic, and I'm explaining it will take more time. But when you guys are going to do, you are going to do it within seconds. Read the topic and then come to the questions. Questions 1 to 5. Complete the notes below. Good news. Notes completion. Questions and answers are in order. Okay, then questions 6 to 13. Another good news. True, false, not given. Questions and answers are in order. So that is why I suggest you all to manage your time in IELTS reading. Try to do reading part 1 in maximum 10 to 12 minutes. And you can do that. Because in part 1, for the most part, they give you type A questions and you can just handle them very well. Okay, now how to do it? Whenever you read the question, from the question you have to find clue word. From the question you have to find clue word, and then you will go to the passage and you will not read the passage. You will scan the passage looking for that clue word. Once you find the clue word, then you are going to read the passage. Now, by the way, how many questions do we have in section 1? How many total questions in section 1? 13. Okay, all right. 13 questions. What does it mean? It means in the passage which has around 900 words, there are only 13 sentences you have to read. How many sentences? 13 sentences. So locating those 13 sentences may take some time, but if you have good scanning, and scanning is based on clue word. You have a clue word in mind, and now you're looking for that clue word. You are scanning the passage for that. So those 13 sentences you can read and find your answer. So today in this class, you are also going to focus how to reach the right part of the passage where you find the answer. Okay? Now, let's start. Qumran, 1946. I'm reading the question. Questions 1 to 5. The Dead Sea Scrolls, Discovery, Qumran, 1946 and 47. Look for Qumran in the passage, 1946 to 7. First paragraph, second line. What does it mean? It means answers will start coming from here. Got it? So this is the first thing you have to do. Don't just rush to it that, okay, yeah, I'll read the question, I'll go back, I'll do this, I'll do that. No, relax, calm down. You've got 1 hour, that is plenty of time if you do it systematically. And if you don't do it systematically, you are reading last paragraph and answer is in the first paragraph, then you will mess with your IELTS reading. Okay? So do it systematically in a relaxed way, you'll be fine. Okay. Now, they say first 3 Bedouin shepherds in their teens were near an opening on side of cliff. Now, question number 1. Heard a noise of breaking. One teenager threw. Now look here. One teenager threw something. Maybe he threw a stone or he threw something. One teenager threw. Now please come back. First paragraph. I'm going to read it from first line. In late 1946 or early 1947, 3 Bedouin teenagers. Now we go on to next line. You got it? I mean, this is the first point. This is the first point where there is no question. Now I'm reading second line. Near the ancient settlement of Qumran located this. Now please come to third line. Dead Sea in what is known as the West Bank. Now what is the question? One of them threw. And your imagination will help you a lot. If you imagine a teenager throwing something, you can find. One of these young shepherds. Now what does it mean? One of the teenagers tossed a rock. Now what is the word for threw? Toss. You know we toss a coin. So one of these shepherds tossed a rock. What is the answer? Rock. Good. All right. Very good. So correct answer is rock. You know when IELTS reading starts, you are just like this. मैं कनाडा चली गई, पहुंच गई, okay? Like that. And when you reach part 2, part 3, then your feelings are different and all that. No worries. Let's go on, please. Question number 2. Teenagers went into the dash and found a number of containers. Look here. Teenagers went into a place. Now let's go back. You will find the answers like magic. I'm reading after rock. Into an opening on the side of a cliff. And was surprised to hear a shattering sound. He and his companions. What does it mean? Teenagers. He and his companions later entered the cave. Entered the cave means went into the cave. So the right answer is cave or cave. Yeah. All right. And found a number of containers made of. Containers were made of something. Let's read after clay. And stumbled across a collection of large clay jars. What is the word for containers? Jars. And made of clay. Clay jars. Plastic bottle means made of plastic. So the answer is clay. Absolutely. And you know, you found 3 answers in 3 lines and you'll be like, oh gosh, I'll eat IELTS. Yeah? Fully charged. So if you start well, you go on well. Corrected? Okay, I'll tell you what to do next. All right. Now, the next thing is scrolls. And can you guys see 150 BCE and 70 CE? Now, please scan it. Got it? Second paragraph. So it means this answer is going to be there. Now we read the question. First, you will find the location. And then you will read the question. Now let's read question number 4. Date from, there is no question there. Thought to have been written by a group of people known as. Now it's the name of group of people. Group of people known as. Please come to second paragraph. and I'm reading it after 150 BCE and all that. Please come to the second line after full stop. According to the prevailing theory, found it? Okay, according to, अगर आपके neighbors में किसी को नहीं मिला उनकी help करें. According to the prevailing theory, they are the work of a population that inhabited the area until Roman troops destroyed the settlement around 70 CE. The area was known as Judea at that time, and the people are thought to have belonged to a group called Essens. Group called Essens. And group called Essens means thought to have been written by a group of people known as. Now, known and called, they are same, and the answer is Essence. In IELTS reading, you should not have wrong spelling. If you write wrong spelling, that's because of your careless mistake, because you have to copy paste them. Okay, you will copy them and then you're going to paste them from there. Okay, let's go on. Question number 5. Written mainly in the dash language. Mainly means majority of that was written in the language. Answer is a language. Let's go on. We go on to the same paragraph. The majority of the texts on the Dead Sea Scrolls are in. And what is Hebrew? Hebrew is a language. They did not use the word language, but Hebrew is a language. In Urdu, what do we call it? Ibrani. Yeah. So answer is Hebrew. First 5 questions done. Is it all clear to everyone? Okay.